fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. I'm Ram, and today I'm going to give you a few details about things that you need to be careful when you sign up online. I would say I'm 15 years old. Why? Because I've spent the past 15 years of my life online, literally. I spent like 8 hours a day minimum online, not searching for a job though, but I keep browsing all kinds of stuff. Something happened just last week which really made me rethink my whole approach to find information. I realized that every time I visited a site, I left so much information that any novice hacker can just go and search for me online and pick up so much information that he can hack almost every single thing that I do online. I'm sure most of you have the same setup that as I do. So most of us have a setup pretty similar to this one. We have an email address, we have an ID and password associated. Every time we try to register ourselves with a site, we use this email address, and most often what we do is use the same password that we use here when registering with all these sites. I did the same. Not reading the terms and conditions, I signed up at a site, and this was the height of stupidity. I used the same email address as login ID and the same password. And days passed. I was pretty happy with the service, and then started the struggle. I wanted to increase the subscription at this site. So I looked at the account settings in that in the page, and I couldn't find anything that said account settings or which allowed me to change my password or anything like that. I called up the customer service, and they told me that they didn't provide a link like that, and if I have to change my password, I had to call them and have it reset. I thought, okay, fine. I trusted them. I call these guys up. The minute I told them my email address, they tell me, okay, your initial password was this. What do you want to change it to? So basically, I had to tell them what my password is. And second thing is that every time you sign up at a site, your assumption is that your password is encrypted, not with them. And they store your password as is, which basically means I have just given them access to every single site that I have, because this is and in fact even to this particular website. So basically I gave them the email address for this website, password for this site, and all the child sites. And I was in a state of panic. I didn't want to tell him that that's the same password that I use. So what I did was, can you replace it with something pretty obvious like my last name? I tried to call him up the second time and check if he had any trace of my past passwords. Then he tells me, I call him up and tell him like I don't remember what my password was. Then he starts telling me, you had called us on so and so date, you had asked us to change your password from this to this. So which basically means they even save a history of all the passwords that you have changed, which is the worst thing that you might expect. So this ruined the whole of my weekend. It took me Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to clean up all the information that I had online. I went online and searched myself for on Google, and it gave me my bank accounts, my networking site, all the networking sites that I was registered with, and even my work email address and everything. So 3 days it took me, and I realized there are lots of things that I could learn from this. First, anytime you sign up at an online site, first check if they do have password encryption. Like usually if you go to a bank site, they have something that says VeriSign approved or something like that. Ensure that you see something like that on your website you are registering. If not, do not trust it. Two, do not go for popular sites. Do not go for sites that are not popular, like meet me at soandsoplace.com. Don't go to sites like that you have never heard of, right? And three, try to have your friend register for that site and see if you have an option like changing your password or something like that. If not, it takes just, if I were the customer representative and I knew what your email address is, it will take just 15 minutes for me to hack your whole network and hijack them. Fellow Toastmasters, next time you sign up at an online site, even if it's a job site, think twice. Thank you.